Welcome back. We're on state of alert to defcon as military threats and cyber warfare threats as well. Let's kick into the news regarding United Kingdom. United Kingdom last year signed a deal with Kiev, a so-called military aid, and one of those clauses is they will have to send troops down there within 2024. Well, it looks like from the beginning of March, the first 1,000 troops will be sent down there, British troops. Then afterwards, every NATO country will be invited to send their troops down there as well. So it connects with the discussion with conscription and draft measures, which all NATO member countries, all of a sudden, they start talking about they want to introduce. And obviously, this is declaration of war. If any boots on the ground of NATO is found fighting officially on the battlefront with the Russians, I don't think the Russians will be too happy about it. They'll just consider as an enemy, as Kiev regime is considered as. Here in Italy, within the month of February, the first so-called reservists will be called up. And obviously, they say they'll be down there practically dealing with the traffic. No, it's got nothing to do with logistic, military style. They will be on active duty, and obviously Italy needs 24,000 recruits regarding the army, the navy and the air force of various professions and various skills. Also, each country says we need it to defend ourselves from external enemy. And obviously, they're hinting Russia. So we're going towards a war with Russia. Silently, in the background, they're preparing to engage Russia. And what's happening in the Middle East is just a distraction to try to destroy Iran. And so China and Russia will have to intervene, because they have signed a military treaty which lasts for 25 years. If when one of the allies, so-called, being attacked, they have to intervene based on this treaty. How they intervene, to what extent, is another discussion, which at the moment, at the right time, they will deal with. And obviously, NATO is not ready to front Russia or China yet, and therefore they're just buying time to prepare themselves. And obviously, you hear a lot of stories about the Russian military machine, which is old Soviet style with hardware which falls to pieces. Well, you've got to take in consideration the Russians have a really good missile system. They have the hypersonic missile system and a very renewed nuclear triage arsenal as well. The West, they haven't got that technology, or probably they're developing it, or they've got some type of prototype on the way to test, which for some motive and another, when you have to deploy a new weapon, you probably need it in reasonable time. Technical failures and all that stuff. The West, the the fearmongers in the military and the politicians, they are playing with our existence. Because Korea, North Korea, China, Iran, Russia, and China mentioned, they have this type of missile technology, hypersonic. You can put any type of warhead, even nukes on it. And I don't think any conventional missile protection system can stop these nuclear missiles coming over. Obviously, Americans made a big mistake taking off nuclear missiles from the warships and only on submarines. And they tend to use aircraft, which you really need silos, which are pretty known to the world where they are. The Last Minuteman missile silos, 500 of them they are. While the Russians, they have the same system, but they have the mobile platform Iskander missiles, which you can move around on military trucks. And within 5 minutes you can position them, get ready and launch. Obviously, the Russians are deploying Satan II missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles. God knows what type of yield they got. It can even have minimum 50 megatons as the destruction power. But poking the bear won't be no use for mankind. It only make that doomsday clock strike midnight more sooner than we thought.